Hi guys, it's Terry again from the PGSC, and I'm just going to go through sort of a Crusadia Guardragon sort of tutorial slash test hand video, just to get you a better idea of like how the deck plays and what sort of ending boards will look like. I think I'm just going to run through the basic sort of, well, 3-card combo which ends with your sort of main like win condition of Gamma Seal. Then we'll go through a few test hands just to show you like the sort of variations you can have. Alright, we'll get into it. Right, so I think we're just going to go through the sort of, I guess, 3-card combo which you'll need, which it will be a way to get to the waterfront, so typically terraforming or the waterfront itself, a Crusadia, and any form of monster you can special summon. It could be another Crusadia, or it could be the familiars, just any free special summon. So starting off, you will activate terraforming, which will get you the waterfront. I'll put that sort of here just so we can see it.
You can put it in the field one.
I'll just pop it here. Like this. So will normal summon whatever Crusadia you have. You will then link off into Crusadia Magius. That puts 1 counter onto your waterfront. You will then special summon anything, whatever you can, to Magius' own, trigger Magius' effect. And with this, you're going to add your Crusadia Draco. You will then link off these two into the Crusadia Spatha, which will then, again, because you linked off 2, you're now on 3. You can choose to search the Gamma Seal at sort of any point from this point, but I'll do so now.
You want to do it really before the
Saryuja, which is right. So you'll get your Gamma Seal, that'll be in your hand as well. So you have Draco and Gamma Seal. You special summon the Draco. You'll add back the Crusadia that you used to make Magius. You then link off the Draco into your LP. Spatha's effect will trigger, moving your LP, and also remember you'll now be at 4 for your waterfront. LP's effect, which will summon your Red MD, and then Red MD will special summon the Draco back. You link all 4 off, maxing waterfront at 5 into the Saryuja. You can use Saryuja's draw effect, cycle through cards. That's just, more for like your ending boards or whatever you want to see. And then you can just use Saryuja's special summon effect, special summon the Gamma Seal. It's boosted now, so it'll be 3k, it'll be 2/5 attack and 3/3 defense. You've got 5 counters on waterfront, so that's 2 negations. And that's typically the sort of, at least bare minimum, you kind of want to end on to ensure that you have like something. And then the other concept would be, depending on what you've drawn, and say if you had, say, more extenders. So for example, if I had another Crusadia in hand, I could then special summon the Arborea that was initially there, link those off into the, bear with me a moment, Crusadia Regulex, and special summon it into its own, which triggers Regulex. In this case, you'll add the Crusadia Crawler. And then you would just link these 2 off into the Crusadia Echomax. And then you can set the Crawler. As sort of mentioned, that Crawler can special summon itself. It'll get you the War Legacy Succession out of your deck. And it's also a card that you can tribute off Echomax to negate a card. So typically, what you'd want to do is you want to use the very first negation from Gamma Seal, because that puts you down to 3 counters. And then you can use Echomax to tribute this off to negate another card, so which will put you back up to 4 or 5, giving you 2 more negations off Gamma Seal.
And the Crawler, if you have Echomax pointing to another Crusadia, it's tribute. It means you can play her in Dark Blue or normal. Right?
Yeah, definitely. If you have another Crusadia pointing to it, it's really useful. But that's the sort of basic idea and sort of theory behind it, and the sort of basic combo. So then now we'll just, if you give us a minute, we'll move into the test hand, just maybe 2 or 3, just to give you an idea of what you can really end on. Right, so we're going to go with test hand number 1. We'll try to get everything in frame. So we have the Reclusia, Quick Launch, Ranryu, Arborea, and Gigabyte, this is actually a pretty decent hand.
So this is a case where you don't open the waterfront, but you can try and dig with it.
Yeah, so you can try to dig through it. What we kind of do recommend, because like sort of Brad and I have talked about it and sort of theoried it, like if you don't see Saryuja if you don't see like the waterfront off the first Saryuja, it may be worth trying to go down a different route, maybe ending on a dweller, try to get there can be only one kind of situation, because it's if you try to go for the second Saryuja, making Gamma Seal at that point is kind of like hard. Like you kind of have to go through some hoops.
Well, getting the counters on.
Yeah, counters on waterfront and then getting it can be a bit difficult. So we'll just sort of go through this one. I think I will start off with normal summoning the Arborea, linking that off into the Magius. I will then special summon the Gigabyte, triggering Magius to get the Draco.
You did have the option of making the Azathoth there, didn't you?
Yeah, so right now you can still do it. You can. Ideally, you want to, obviously, again, without activating a single effect, you can just special summon this, make the Azathoth. But
triggering Magius on the
triggering Magius on the Azathoth. They're locked. You can't use any sort of monster-based hand trap, so you should be fine. But what I've sort of come to realize is I kind of don't like showing Azathoth in the game one. Because if you open enough extenders, like this hand should be pretty good for it. You should be able to at least get to your Saryuja and dig through. And also, I feel that Azathoth is much better at going sometimes second against very heavy monster negation boards, because you can just switch them all off, go for the OTK that way. But you do have the option too. So we will link into the Spatha, but first we're going to special summon the Ranryu. And I like to go this way because it saves the Draco and it guarantees that you have a dragon for the second Saryuja if you need to. So we link these two into our Spatha. Then we turn the Ranryu into the LP. Spatha moves LP. We get the red MD. We special summon this. Sort of give it a quick shuffle, I guess. And then we go for the first Saryuja. So we'll draw 4. We draw Arborea, set rotation, Relicsy, and Leonis. So this is really good. So I'm going to put back the Leonis, the Arborea, because we're going to get that back of our Draco, and I think I will put back. Ooh, this is really weird.
What's that first card you? What's that first card? It's Reclusia.
Yeah, Reclusia. I think I will keep the Reclusia just because I sort of like having more Crusadia names at this point. That's pretty good, but we still look pretty good. So we will then activate the set rotation, getting the sort of waterfront to our side of the field, and we'll give our opponent the only other field spell we play, the Crusadia Revival. If for some reason they can kind of break your board as well, it's sort of cool to give them the Revival, because if they get rid of it or activate it and get rid of it, it's in your graveyard. You can grab that back off of Draco to then try to push through their board a bit more by attacking other monsters with the Crusadia Link monster. So right now again, so we'll then go into special our Draco, just by its own effect, to then add back the Arborea. We link away with the Draco, getting a counter on waterfront into the Pisty. Pisty can bring back the red MD, and you bring back another dragon. You then link all 4 off for your second Saryuja, maxing out waterfront at 5. And it's sort of annoying if you don't see the waterfront first, because there's a chance you see it off your Saryuja draws, and that's not great, but you can always put it back and search it. So we've not changed it to our deck, I don't believe, so we'll draw. So we got a Monster Born, Rhoda, another Arborea, and this. So
that's Nefarious.
Archfiend Eater, Nefariousness, just one more of our familiars. So we don't really need 2, we can just search it back out of the Rhoda, and I think I will put back the Nefarious. Do I want to put back the Nefarious?
Can you make the rank 4?
I should be able to. So, I mean, it's just, these are really just gravy at this point. Either one should get you to it, because you have this and this, which gets you back level 4 anyway. But for argument's sake, I'll say I'll put this back, because this is a bit more versatile card later on.
So 2 Arborea and a Monster Reborn went back.
Yep. Since we have the Roto, we can just get back the Arborea, so it's fine. So we'll do sort of both. We'll use Activate Waterfront to get the Gamma Seal, and I'll use Roto to get the Arborea that we just placed. So there and there. So use this effect, we can then special summon the Gamma Seal. So we've got our 2 negations online. We can then special the Arborea. Link that off into our Regulex. You can then special the Reclusia. Regulex will trigger, getting us our Crusadia Crawler. You can then also special the Nefarious Archfiend Eater, just so we have the 1 way for our rank 4. Link these off. Into the Equimax. You want to probably move zones here because because we have the succession, you kind of want the rank 4 to be sort of here, and then we wouldn't be able to use our crawler because both of our zones would be occupied. So we go for the succession. I'll bring back, it could be anything, I'll bring back the Gigabyte for this time. You can make any of the 2 rank 4s. We sort of play either Dugaris to sort of possibly dig for the, there can be only 1, which would be very nice on this board, but I think I'll just play sort of safe and go for the Dweller. Because we special summon the Gigabyte, I mean Dweller is now 2/2 as well, which is kind of nice. And we can then say Dweller is 2/2. Also, so Gamma Seal is now a very big boy at like 38 defense and like 3,000 attack, so that's pretty good. We'll set the Crawler, and our end board is we have a Dweller, we have the Gamma Seal for 2 negations, we have the Equimax, and we have the Crawler. We can get in Gorilla Succession. This is a pretty good ending board. But so I'll just shuffle up again and we'll try another test hand.
Well, this time you can turbo through all those same plays.
Yeah, it's going to be very similar, yeah, so we'll just try to go through. Right, so shuffled, we've got Maximus, Gigabyte, Rocket, Dark Healy one, and another Dark Healy one. Okay, so fairly simple. Normal, Link. Like Magius, Gigabyte to its own, Magius effect, blah, blah, blah. Draco, Link, Spatha, Draco, that's like the Maximus, Link, Spatha, moves LP's effect. Special and special. Makes our Yuja. Draw. Right, so definitely don't want 2 of these. Those go back, and I think I will put back the Magna Rocket because if we kind of want Quick Launch to be live. So those go to the bottom.
You can make the Pest anyway with Ranryu.
Yeah, so we'll just use Scoldger's effect, special summon the Ranryu, make Pisty. We will then, special Red MD, special Backup Dragon, and we'll go for our second Surge. We will draw again. 2, 3, 4. We'll search this, I mean, don't really need this, but you can keep it in your hand if you think they're going to end a monster and just go for the one punch that way, but I'll put it back. And we'll put back the Maximus, because again, we don't need another one. At this point, it's still not right, but we can special summon the Leonis, make Regulex. We'll use Succession to bring back the Red MD this time, triggering Regulex to get us the Crawler. We'll use this to bring back the Draco, because it's level 4. We link these away into our Equimax. You can spec Maximus. You can make the rank 4 of your choice. So I said for the first time I went for the Dweller, so you can do that, but I'll try Dugaris here. Why not? Just because I want to see more cards and see what we can get, I'll use Dugaris to draw 2 and discard weapons. Draw 2, discard 1, and we skip our draw phase, but we get the World Legacy Succession off Crawler typically, so it doesn't really matter too much. So we draw this, we draw this. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess, but we'll get rid of the Nefarious Archfiend Eater because we can use its actual effect during our opponent's end phase to maybe clear out this Dugaris to free up his own to just have more fodder.
I have no idea what this effect actually is. So once per turn during your opponent's end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, target one face-up monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon discard.
I mean, it doesn't come up that often, but like to clear out one of our extra monster zones would be kind of the zone would be kind of nice. So we can then special the Recluse here just to have something for the Dark Ruler no more play, as we sort of previously mentioned, and then we can just set There Could Be Only One and our Crawler. And I mean, this is what we end on, and this is our hand, and like we can play around the Dark Ruler no more by chaining either one of these, tributing this off. We can then flip the There Could Be Only One, which could be awkward to play around. We still have the negation with Equimax, and you can also special summon Crawler to the zone to get the World Legacy Session to carry on. So I'll say we'll do that, and then next turn, just as a vague idea like how you could possibly do things. So let's say, for example, as the thing we said, we tribute this off, we get out our, destroy this to get this back out. We now have a free sort of zone. We could Succession, bring back, say, I don't know, either Draco or Maximus, get those back. Maximus is probably ideal if you want to go for the big punch kind of thing, OTK, but you have options. I think I'll just do one more test down just to see how best out of sort of 3, but the plays themselves are fairly easy. It's just a lot of sort of, let's be honest, it's a lot of Saryuja sort of digging and seeing what you can get, and there's some decision trees, but it's more deciding what's best for your matchup. Because I think the biggest thing people might do is I need to get to the Gamma Seal, which is not real, which is good, ideal, but sometimes it's better to save the resources just for later turns. Because if you draw into either There Can Be Only One, or if you have the Abyss Dweller, those things are floodgates and you can shut it off. I'll just... last one, Borea, Revival, this. Yeah, I mean, I'll go through it quickly. Activate. There's, I guess, one special, get a search of Draco. Link off. Goes to 3. Spatha, get the Gamma Seal. Special Draco, get the Arborea. Spathan is LP.
Waterfront will be on 4.
Yep, Waterfront will be on 4, thank you. This. So you just. This goes to 5. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put this back, we'll put this back, and we will put back the... Let's say we put, we'll put this back. This is fine.
So that was Crusadia Crawler, Crusadia Revival, and the Nefarious Archfiend.
Yeah, searchable, we don't need, but searchable, and I was trying to debate going for a rank 4, but I don't really feel like I need it at this moment. We didn't draw a dragon to go for the second Saryuja, but it doesn't matter. It was too much because we've got the waterfront, so we can spec the Gamma Seal. We specially Alboria, do the same things. Regulex, special this. Get the crawler. Link away. This. You can keep this in hand if you want, but if you again fear the Dark Ruler, just spec it. Set. And then there you go. You're ending on pretty much the same board as last time kind of thing. But yeah, so that's been sort of our test hands. I hope that this has been a bit more insightful for you guys. So please feel free to comment down below. Like if you have any questions, feel free to ask, or any improvements or sort of anything with the plays. But thank you guys for watching. This is Terry from the PGSC, signing out. Shh, not a zombie channel.